If you were God, would you ever create this terrible world? Before the creation of heaven and earth, God was alone. He was pleased and peaceful. He didn't need anything or anyone to make him happy. He was delighted with his life. He always remained in the most blissful state, and he was in his blissful state eternally. He was complete within himself. There was no Satan, sin, pain, or suffering. Only serenity surrounded him. The story of this miraculous God would have ended happily, but he didn't want to end his story. He wanted to be famous. I mean, world famous. He wanted to be worshipped eternally. So, here's why the story of this supernatural God continues. And we see that something happened. Something terrible and most unexpected thing happened. Due to some mysterious reason, he started feeling bored. No more he enjoyed staying alone. To be free from boredom, he thought of creating heaven and earth. By the way, for your precious information, God is all powerful, all knowing, and all loving. So, by utilizing his all knowing qualities, he made a grand plan, a divine plan, the most perfect plan ever possible. According to that plan, he arranged a series of incidents that would take place according to his preference. Are you curious to know his first activity after the creation of the so called heaven and earth? Don't be impatient. I'll tell you now. He created human beings in his image, but within them, he administered never ending hunger, unbearable pain, and suffering. He made the struggle for existence the only means to survive. Just try to imagine this inescapable situation. To relieve hunger, the tiger has to kill the deer and eat his flesh. And the unfortunate deer has to surrender before the tiger and bear the intolerable pain and death. What a lovely and generous idea that emerged from the brain of that all powerful, all knowing, and all loving God. For such an act of his majestic grand plan, he deserves our lifelong worship and respect, doesn't he? Please leave your precious comment below. These likes and comments inspire me greatly to create more interesting content for you. Thanks. So, let's return to our topic. Since God is all knowing, He knew about all these things in advance because He intentionally implemented them in His grand plan. To add fuel to the fire, He supplied several other severe natural calamities such as earthquakes, cyclone, tornadoes, droughts, floods, and volcanic eruptions, so that living beings could run with extreme fear to save themselves. Recently, the whole world experienced the horrific COVID-19 tragedy that took millions of lives. Didn't he know about it in advance? Or did he send it purposefully to get the thrill and excitement of watching his beloved mankind suffer? Remember, I told you earlier that he was bored and he wanted to escape from boredom. He wanted to sort of kick and thrill in his life. Don't worry. Researchers are predicting some more unknown diseases yet to come in recent years. So be prepared and preserve some extra time to praise Him for all His infinite love for His loving mankind. To conclude, I don't see any fault or injustice in His grand plan. To escape His boredom, He had to plan accordingly so that He could enjoy watching His created beings play the death game. Finally, I have a question for you. If you were God, would you ever create this terrible world? Please like and subscribe if you find the content reasonable. I look forward to seeing you again in the next episode. Bye for now.